Hey everybody, my name's Joel and I'm out here in my garage, what I call Between Two Bike Studios, and I have a low volume kit that's out here. So I wanted to share with you how I put this together because it's kind of cool. It's got some Yamaha XP pads and some Gen 16 low volume cymbals, and it's all being controlled with the EAD10 module. Now it's a fun kit to play. It's really organic, feels really good, and prepares me for playing acoustic drums out live. And in my garage, it's quiet, so I'm not bugging the neighbors, which is really cool. The other neat part about the EAD10 is it's streaming audio, so I can do videos, I can do audio, I can practice with my favorite bands, or I can practice tunes that I need to learn for a gig down the road. It's a really cool tool, and I want you to check it out, how I'm using it here. You could do this too if you've got some, maybe some old pads laying around and some Gen 16s or low volume cymbals, or maybe you've got an acoustic kit with mesh heads. You can trigger those and use the EAD10 with some low volume cymbals. It's a really fun practice kit. It makes it fun to play drums again. Now, the other part of this rig that I want to share with you is for live. I use the EAD10 Live with a little mixer as a sub mix. And what that allows me to do is take the EAD10 to monitor my acoustic drums, but then I also have the mixer which I can bring in the rest of the band into that. So that protects my hearing with the in-ears. It's a fairly affordable way to monitor my acoustic drums and the rest of the band, and it's a super compact setup, and it's a lot of fun to play live as well. So I'm JT with the EAD. Let's check out my rig. All right, so let's take a look at the practice kit. Pretty simple here. I've got the low volume cymbals, a couple different generations. I've got the DTX pads. The snares are 12. This tom, you can see it's kind of old beat up stuff. And this is a 10, and then those are two 12 toms back there. Just some variations on the low volume cymbals, and then I've got the EAD, which is going to pick up the stereo image of the cymbals, and then I've got an old extreme kick tower that I'm using with this kit. You'll notice I have some separated hardware that just prevents any noise coming through the mic. Over here, this is the brains of the whole operation. Basically what I'm doing is I'm using the microphone to pick up the cymbals, and I'm using the PCM side, or like the DTX side of the module, to trigger the pads. So channel or input 6 and input 5 are going to be the snare and the first tom, and those are 3-zone pads, so I get all 3 zones out of those. And then 3-4, input 3-4, as you can see here, I've got on a stereo splitter, that just controls the lower toms. And then the kick has got an individual plug, and you can see the mic plug down there. Now when I take this live, I'll explain that to you in a little bit. I actually use this cable snake here that comes with it. So when I take this live, I'll unplug all these. That's why I have a little color wheel here for myself. It's just easy to plug back in, and on this cable snake here, I can just take this all out, and I can pack this bag up and take it for live. So that's how I run my practice kit. Of course, I've got the USB right here, which will allow me to play with my Wreck and Share app. And I also have a foot controller, which is doing some, it's kind of turning the effects on and off with the foot controller for now. Just been playing around with that. You'll notice I have this split out, the headphones going into this, and there's a reason for that. I'll get to that in a second, but in terms of a practice kit, this is a lot of fun to play. Sounds great. I'm using my in-ears both for live and for practice, so I have a very similar feel and sound to the kit. And the DTX pads themselves, to me, just feel fantastic. I can play them, and my hands feel like I'm ready for acoustic drums. And then the same with the cymbals. You know, there's not specific zones with these cymbals, and they feel very natural. They play dynamically, and it's just a fun kit to practice on, record videos and audio. What's cool about using this live is basically I'm taking the output from the headphones and bringing that over here, and then that way I can mix in the rest of the band through channel 1 or channel 2. And then I've got control of my volume of the EAD, the band, and then also my headphones, or in-ears in this case. So my in-ears work wonderful, sounds great. I protect my hearing at the same time I get to hear everybody. I sing backup, so that's important, and sometimes hard to hear everything when it's going on, so this really makes my life a lot easier. And the only thing I really have to adjust, the reason I'm doing this is because out the back, the left and right here, I just send that to front of house just to put a little drums in the mix to even things out. And if you do that, you can't really bring anything through the auxiliary in, otherwise that goes out the back. So What this allows me to do is just send a 1/4-inch cable out to the front of house, or 2 if I want to run stereo. And then I'm just going to bring an auxiliary mix in here through channel 1. And then I have the entire band in my in-ears. And without much effort and a whole lot of cost, this is a pretty compact system. It takes me about 5 minutes to set it up. All I have to do is hook this up to the back of the EAD and the sensor. Bring in a 1/4-inch or XLR in here, and then send them something out to the front of house. And then I've got the power packs right here, so that's just one cable into the wall, and I'm good to go. And it works fantastic. It really makes my life a lot easier. If you can imagine, this is just a guitar pedal bag where everything is zipped down, basically Velcroed down. I carry that around compared to like a 15 and a horn I used to have to carry around with the older groups back in the old days, as it were. And then, of course, I've got the, I can use the Rec and Share. I can use the app right there. I can record my sets, or if I throw a USB drive in there, I can record up to 90 minutes of a gig, or even a whole set if I wanted to, and just hear how things are going. It's really fun. So this makes my life a lot easier. It's easy to monitor the entire band and my acoustic drums. It feels natural, sounds great. It's fun to play drums this way, and it really has helped my playing and timing and everything, just being with the rest of the band. The only thing I have to adjust to use with live is the microphone. All the other inputs are pretty much the same. This, I'm just going to bring the mic down to like 8 or 6, depending on the venue, just so it's a little bit tighter of an umbrella, if you will, over the kit. So that's my rig. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments, and we'll go from there. Enjoy.